National Park establishes the preservation of a very diverse ecosystem, complete with a variety of wildlife. Numerous people are attracted to the breathtaking mountains, potential for phenomenal outdoor recreation, chances to observe wildlife in their natural habitats, and the vacation of a lifetime. But with so many people eager to take advantage of the resources that Yellowstone has to offer, controversy is naturally unavoidable. From dispute about winter use of the park to struggling to provide an economy strong enough to support seasonal communities, Yellowstone is flooded with economic ambiguities. Mix in environmentalists concerned about the welfare and protection of Yellowstone's natural inhabitants, like the bison, elk, and the bears, as well as Yellowstone's distinct geothermals, and a bubbling concoction of controversy emerges, ready to boil or erupt at any moment.
Simmering political issues can be easily argued for days, months, and years. Some of them have already been disputed for even longer amounts of time. Unfortunately, many of these issues continue to ping-pong back and forth between two extremes. In order to make progress on such complex issues, people need to be more willing to engage in conversations, not necessarily focused on resolution of the problem, but simply on the issue itself. Deliberation and dialogue have proved to be very beneficial in helping people realize the magnitude and complexities at hand. For example, after spending over a week in Yellowstone immersed in the political conflict, students from Indiana State University were able to develop a stronger understanding of the issues that local citizens, biologists, park rangers, and ranch owners are facing. Many saw issues in a different perspective.
Prior to visiting Yellowstone National Park, I was convinced that the restrictions on winter use of snowmobiles were too strict. I appreciate that individuals can make a living by allowing snowmobiles into the park, yet I am not completely convinced that an unlimited number of snowmobiles in the park each day would not have adverse impacts on the wildlife.
As part of my spring 2015 semester, I opted for a public policy economics course, Economics 498. It went over the land issues, land management, fire management, arbitrary. But the thing is that when you have a public policy economics course, a lot of it is quantitative. There's not much qualitative research involved, and it all depends on empirical data. So with the issues such as bison and brucellosis, you really lack a human touch or any sort of opinion from those other than who were supplied with in class. So we were obviously given policy decisions as made by those who had the most money. Namely environmentalist lobbyists. And when I met with Druska Kinke a few days ago, her human touch and her feelings transformed my opinion when it came to the issue with bison and brucellosis. It showed that those ranchers who don't have adequate means to kind of fight the powers that be really are getting the short end of the stick when it comes to their decision making, their liberties, their rights, what have you. So Druska Kinke, obviously she gave us some info about her personal life that it has been completely destroyed because of the bison brucellosis issues and not being able to shoot disease vectors like elk that are on their property because of laws that protect those animals is a little shady to me. And it really transformed my mind when it came to
Before coming to Yellowstone, I thought that wolves were a serious problem and caused a lot of issues with ranchers and the local people. But after talking to some biologists at the park, I came to find that they really don't have as much impact on the wildlife in a negative way. I've come to find that they have positive impacts and actually stabilize the environment locally and provide more benefits than they actually cause harm.
Finally, because these issues often appear to be at a stalemate, political talk amongst the locals and involved park visitors seem to be the only way to facilitate optimal policy reforms and legislation. A mere week of engaging in these political conversations have opened many students' eyes to the larger picture at hand. Delving into these issues, experiencing them firsthand, and simply talking about the conflict strengthens a person's understanding of the issue and provides a new perspective of the matter.